Welcome back to Sonic Generations 3DS. Today we're going to be playing through Radical Highway. Damn you, DIMPs!
You know, first off, before we do anything, I just want to say I could be in San Francisco right now, celebrating getting drunk with Ken Balo for my birthday, but instead I'm doing this shit. Thanks a lot, Tom the Tyrant.
Tom the Tyrant. I'm using that from now on. Now, I have to say, you know, disregarding the nitpick that, oh, Sonic was never in this level, so it doesn't count. No, my problem with Radical Highway is the clunky level design, and the only thing that kind of saves, like, both versions is the classic version's theme.
Well, to be fair, Sonic was in this stage in the intro to Adventure 2 Battle, and it was a multiplayer stage, so I guess that's their logic.
Getting real tired of your shit, Sky.
Tom's just butthurt because he doesn't got Ring.
Oh, Gareth, what's your opinion on this level?
This is a level.
See, look, he's as drunk as I should be right now.
See, Skylar, I am drinking in your honor. The Skylar, the retro nerd no one likes. But, no, essentially, this, I mean, like, Classic is the stronger of the two levels, both gameplay-wise and musically. But again, it's kind of, I don't understand why. I mean, it's probably just because in SA2, when people think of their levels, I mean, most people would probably cite City Escape as their favourite, and then probably Radical Highway as a second, so they were like, screw it, let's put Sonic in it.
Again, personally, I would have preferred, like, maybe Metal Harbor for the 3DS version.
Oh yeah, for me, Metal Harbor or Green Forest, I think, would have been adequate, but instead we got this. But again, it's like Tom said, the best redeeming factor of this is Cash's remix of Vengeance Is Mine. This does sound amazing.
See, I would have picked Skyrail, because even though Shadow was in it, Sonic was in that level in early screenshots, so that would have been a nice nod.
You realise you're part of the problem, right? You DIMPs enabler!
We're all part of different problems. Skylar is a problem for enabling DIMPs and being part of Sonic Retro, and Tom's part of the problem because he's making us do this shit.
You will never leave.
I could be sitting on my couch doing nothing. Instead, I'm sitting here still doing nothing. I hate my life.
Well, to be fair, Radical Highway does that to you.
Which is because I really like this in SA2. It's a pretty decent level, but I will say that in terms of the gimmicks they've done, all they've kind of done is just put a bunch of Emerald Hill corkscrews.
Yeah, it doesn't really fit on a 2D plane.
That's a problem that I think carries over to the modern version of the level as well, I think. When Radical Highway is strictly 2D, and you try and translate those 3D elements over, it just kind of becomes really bland, gameplay-wise. It's like go around a corkscrew, wait for a bit. Ugh. How do those cars stay on the road anyway? Those roads are crazy.
It's Skylar's birthday and we're all here, the cars don't work on the road, and Sonic never went to this level, we're gonna fight a boss Sonic never fought before, I don't know what's going on, this fucking...
It's okay, Gareth, you don't want to make up for it. The modern version of the theme, which sounds like it was recorded through a dying speaker.
Yeah, you know, I'll be honest with you, a lot of people, and I myself, when I first heard this, gave it a lot of flack for basically sounding like a series of bodily functions. I get that, it's all funny, but I'll be honest with you, I respect this track more than either of the Emerald Coast ones, because this at least tries to sound different and do something original. It isn't the best sounding remix I've ever heard in my life, I will grant you that, but at least Circuit Freak, which is made up of the two members of Julian K, at least tried to do something original with Radical Highway Classic.
Ah yes, Julian K, the people who, when going to a convention about Sonic, did not play any Sonic-related music.
Well, maybe they should have clapped their fucking hands together.
Well, maybe if he had his keyboards here, we would have gotten this machine.
There is a reason why they didn't have that, but it's because they hate the fan base and they want to mock us all. Damn you, Julian K.
Can you blame them?
No, well, especially when they have fans like you in it.
Now, I will agree that this remix, it's grown on me. I'll admit that. But my main problem with this level is it doesn't really work on a 2D plane. And like I said in Emerald Coast, this version of the level tries to follow the original SA2 layout. And I like the idea, but the execution wasn't that great.
Yeah, sections like that especially. I've got stuck there before and just been blasted to bits by those aeroplanes. It's really annoying.
I would say, what would they trying to mask it by having those nice kind of 3D sections? I would say probably this is probably one of the most linear modern levels.
Yeah.
It's really quite dull.
No argument from me there.
This is exciting right here.
Steven, I forget, have you even played Generations 3DS?
No, I have not.
So thank God you're here.
Exactly. I could just make derp sounds.
Please don't. We don't need that version of Generations again.
So I like the fact that we had about 10 seconds of Tom standing waiting for a block to move, then 10 seconds of him jumping up a wall, and then like 10 seconds of him on a rail. This is I take back everything I said about Generations 3DS. This is the best game I've ever played in the history of the universe.
Huzzah for the DIMP's keep. Huzzah.
For the record, for those of you watching this is our third time trying to do this level.
See, this is what I say when I say Tom's ruining our lives. For the love of God, someone help us!
Again. Again. Another take. More info. More trivia.
There's nothing to talk about in this level. It's so boring.
I'd much rather be playing SA2 right now.
Come on, we gotta bring out the Sonic CD filler.
The only thing worse than this level was Sonic Heroes. That game's just fucking part of shit.
Gareth, come on.
You know, I can't help but feel like you're replying to certain comments from Seaside Hill.
No, you know, what I'm saying, people like playing Sonic Heroes, that's fine, but you're fucking wrong.
But you're wrong.
Is that what you're drinking now? The pain, to numb the pain?
I'm drinking this beer. It's weird. It's actually called Sonic Heroes is shit. If you like it, please jump in front of a car. It's not that. It's really odd type name for a beer, but whatevs.
I thought that sold out years ago.
I did. I keep bringing it back. I love it on the one stage no one likes. Tom gets an S rank. Good job there, Tom.
And on Casino Night I get a D. What's going on there?
I don't know. But please don't ever do that voice.
Okay.
Ever again.
Casino Night must be the place to get the D, if you know what I'm saying.
Wait, no, you know what? I want to go to Casino Night because, as Ian Flynn told me and Stephen a few days ago, Scratch and Grounder worked there. So I'm going to go there and meet Scratch and Grounder.
Is that true?
In the Archie series, Scratch and Grounder now are permanently in Casino Night Zone, and they work there. So whenever they visit Casino Night, you can expect to see Scratch and Grounder.
How random.
And coconuts.
You know, I think I could have forgiven all this story faults and Generations if they just brought back Scratch and Grounder. Maybe have some, like, archived clips of Long John Baldry as Robotnik.
Scratch and Grounder Unleashed. The day stages are Scratch, and the night stages are Grounder.
SSSSS Squad! Generations.
Oh, okay, before we go to the boss, we have yet another wonderful DIMPS-inspired special stage to play through.
Oh Christ, I've talked so much shit about these special stages, I don't remember what I talked about, what got kept, what got cut. Fuck.
I've asked Tom to cut these out. Because there's nothing more we can say about them. We've talked about how the music's wrong, how the gameplay it's admittedly improved from the original version, but still it's like, kind of dull, man.
Did I correct what I said about not moving in the special stages yet?
No, you haven't.
I'm not sure, but for the sake of repeating yourself, go for it.
Fair enough. So, I may have said earlier in Heroes, if you just put the controller down, don't move anything, you'll get the emerald. I was wrong about that. Holy shit, I make mistakes.
God damn it, I wanted to try that.
However, the quickest way to get the Chaos Emerald in Sonic Heroes is not by boosting, but by staying on the ceiling. You will catch up to the emerald in time.
Oh, what a feeling when you're cheating on the ceiling.
It is odd that DIMPs removed ceiling walking in their game. That's really, for all the shit people gave him for, episode 1. They removed ceiling walking for this section for some reason. No, Skylar, the fact that you were wrong about that, does that mean you have to give up your job?
Yes, Gareth, because I in fact work a paid job at Sonic Retro.
You do? That's almost as bad as my life.
Hey, at least you get to sign off and go do cool shit after these commentaries are done. I have to sit here listening to you all in post, editing out mistakes and shit. No one loves that, Tom.
Something I think I noticed, I think I said this the last time we recorded this, but I'll say it again. I love it at the end of those special stages where Sonic gets the emerald, he just throws it away. He just throws it away and folds his arms like, yeah, I'm badass.
Oh, I forgot all about the Shadow Rival fight. I guess that's just how forgettable it is.
Oh shit, Tom, that was a burn?
I feel like Tom was trying to make a joke there, but I'm not sure.
No, it's not a joke. It's a statement of fact.
I love that. I love just Shadow. not the hedgehog, just the Shadow.
Well, look at it this way. Radical Highway makes sense now.
Exactly. That's why I say that's one very, very small thing I will give the 3DS. It's a very small point, but in the HD version, whenever you first fight a boss or a rival, you just get question marks come up, but then when you refight it, all it says is boss and rival. It doesn't actually say like Shadow the Hedgehog when you fight him. So I like the fact that at least in this version, they actually say Shadow when you fight him.
I'll give one thing for these races. It does teach you to conserve your boost, because you're not always going to get rings, and I've lost races plenty of times because I was too boost happy.
Steven, that just reminds me of that meme you made. Hold down boost, doesn't win.
Bad luck, Brian.
Yeah, bad like Brian, holds down boost, doesn't win.
I'm not even going to ask.
Again, I said it in the HD version, but I do love this remix of
I love this remix of this song I can't think of the name of.
Fuck, what's this song called?
For True Story.
For True Story, thank you, For True Story. I wasn't a big fan of the original, I'm honest with you, but I love this remix. Again, this is done by Circuit Freak.
The original, you can barely hear the lyrics. Again, with the boss fight that we're coming up to, you can't really hear the lyrics very clearly. So for this fight and the next one, they've kind of remixed it and remastered it, and they sound much better. Speaking of hearing things more clearly, we actually get more than one line from Shadow in this game, because Kirk Thornton's going like, Chaos Control, and stuff like that. In the HD version, he's all just like, you've got this, Sonic.
Stars don't twinkle, the moon doesn't shine. Stars don't twinkle, the moon doesn't shine.
Love that, Sean. Stars don't twinkle, the moon doesn't shine. Lyrics are pointless, the song doesn't rhyme. Now this boss, now in the last time we recorded this, we actually decided, me, Stephen, and Tom, that we prefer this version than the original version, just because when you get to the section with the bulls, they're far easier to navigate than when you're actually playing this boss on a 3D plane.
Not only that, but I like the specular on the Biolizard skin. He looks all shiny and stiff. He looks cute. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that too technical for you? What's specular?
That's very awkward considering what his outline looked like before we fought him.
Most again, this is Steven. Most things remind him of shiny, stiff things. Am I right, lads? Yeah.
See, I was just going to point out how this is the same boss fight as in SA2, just in 2D, and it's even a little bit easier because you're just running and you don't have to worry about jumping.
Of the kind of like remade boss and rival fights, this is the closest to the original, like to its original counterpart, in my opinion.
I hate the fact that the Biolizard doesn't have back legs and he just has those little nubs. Ugh, it's so disturbing.
He is the prototype of the Ultimate Life. Thankfully, they got that right with Shadow.
This was Gerald Robotnik's first version, and the second version was Shadow.
I never noticed he had got no legs. What the fuck is that? That's like fucking Edward Scissorhands. I ain't got time to give you hands. That's some fucking scissors. Okay.
Gareth, it's okay. It's okay. We've got an amazing remix of Supporting Me from Sonic R-Man.
I can't stop looking at stubby legs. I'm sorry. Oh god. Go away.
A cool thing that I never noticed in the original, at a certain point in the song, you can hear bits of Live and Learn.
Really?
I was just gonna say that, you son of a bitch. Yeah.
Too fast for you.
Sonic R-Man does amazing work. I love all of his remixes. I mean, the only piece of original music in this game, apart from some of the cutscene stuff, is actually by Sonic R-Man, who did the Time Meter theme. But all of his kind of remixes are so freaking good.
Well, most of the remixes in Gens, both versions, and from any composer really, are pretty good for the most part. I wish there was more original music, though.
This Biolizard is so stupid. I can only turn around in a circle to kill you.
And then he just stands there. Well, better charge up my power shot.
Well, no. He runs our breath. He's got like a life supply unit on his back.
Yeah,
you know.
ultimate life form.
Now, Tom, it's invincible. As long as he's equipped with that red life support system, he's invincible.
Is that what Chaos Control is?
Now, something else I forgot to point out, actually I just noticed this. In SA2, you do the somersault, but in here you don't somersault, you just duck. So that part's even easier.
Well, the somersault, I never really liked the somersault mechanic in SA2.
Yeah.
It wasn't the best. So again, this fight is streamlined from its original version, but all this streamlined it just made it for my money, just made it a better fight.
Yeah, I was terrible at this the first time I played. I guess, again, I was just too hasty.
Talking about the SA2 version or the 3DS thing?
Bit of both, really.
Oh.
I mean, even back in SA2, I actually think this fight in SA2 is much harder than Final Hazard is.
Final Hazard's just dickish. Like, you're like 2 centimeters away from hitting his giant pimple, and he's like, laser!
LOL, no. So, I wanna, like, there must be, under his tail, he must have a massive bum hole so he can fit the arc up it. Must he, man? Like, that always freaked me out, because, like, in SA1 Chaos, we see him change forms, you know, like, the Chaos Zero, much different from Perfect Chaos. Like, the Biolizard doesn't really change, like, for it to become Final Hazard, doesn't really change so much, it just sticks the arc up its ass. Not much of a change.
Gareth, that's what Chaos Control is.
Ah, gee. So Chaos Control gives you the power to stick things up your bumhole. Interesting.
Yeah, it turns out Live and Learn is a lyrical allegory for having sex with space stations.
Genius!
Yeah, Open Your Heart is about invasive surgery. Night of the Wind is when Johnny Gioli ate a really big can of beans and had major wind issues during the night. The list goes on, really.
Gareth, when we interview Johnny, we have to ask him if that's what live and learn means.
I want to ask him, what I'm made of is clearly about masturbation.
Okay, Sonic, you never fought him before. Fuck you and fuck the writers that put the line in this game and into the text box.
Tom, again, as I just said, technically he did because Final Hazard is just Biolizard with the arc up its arse.
I ain't listening to your propaganda.
And in Sonic and the Black Knight, Dragon Slayer. Huh, this is like that time I was with Shadow.
Please don't bring up that game. Ugh.
I don't want to even look into that, so giant thing reminds him of the time he spent with Shadow. Although all those fanfic writers were right, I hate my life.
Yeah, that's what we needed in Generations, a Black Knight level. Although, to be honest, Misty Lake would have been pretty cool, remix-wise. Okay, Sonic Tails, you had plenty of time to grab that Time Eater card, put it in a deck, shuffle it, and you wouldn't have had to deal with him for another 10 years. Get on the ball.
That's exactly what we need in Generations is Sonic Shuffle.
Well, I was gonna say it was more of a Sonic Rivals throwback.
No matter how much you forcibly bring up Rivals, I'm not gonna record it.
No one's asking you to. We have not once said, Tom, please record Sonic Rivals.
Tom, can you please record Sonic Rivals?
See, Sonic's like, okay. That's a great idea. Here's a card from Sonic Rivals.
Oh, you got me a gift coupon for shoes. Tails, you cheap bastard.
Thanks, Tails. The same shoes you get me every year.
That somehow always gets stolen from me a week before my birthday. Interesting.
How do you make shoes 30% lighter? Take out the soles, the lining.
Just cut 30% of it off. There you go, cut off the heel.
Brilliant!
What's weird is the fact that I am now out of booze and I have to go get some more. That's what's weird, Tails.
Tom, do us a favor and wrap this up.
Can do, Steven. We'll see you all next time when we start the modern era of Sonic Generations 3DS. See you then.